This is the way things happened. It was not organized like we said, okay, this Sunday we will the police or anything. But when the police provoke fans, very normal for the fans to react.
This is the middle of a soccer game. They never finished it. By one count, 20 policemen were injured, and they made 50 arrests. The next time these two teams played, I was there. My name is George Qureshi. I'm one of the editors of Howler, which is a new magazine about soccer. I went to Greece because I wanted to find out what was happening in the underbelly of the glitzy global entertainment product soccer's become in so much of the world. Not here. This is the story. I got to Athens on a Monday. On Tuesday, Olympiacos played Arsenal in the Champions League. Olympiacos is the Yankees of Greece. A lot of people love them, everyone else hates them. They've won the title every year except twice since 1997. I had a little trouble filming and scanning my ticket at the same time. But when I got in, I sat as close to Gate 7 as I could. That's the hardcore fan group. These Arsenal supporters would be the only away fans I saw in Greece. 10 years ago, the stadiums were becoming so violent that visiting fans were just banned. And when I learned this, I thought back to that footage from March. If Olympiacos fans weren't fighting with Panathinaikos fans in that stadium, what was going on? I went to the clubhouse of Gate 13. They're the people from that clip I showed you back at the beginning of the video, the ones who forced the match to be abandoned back in March. I have to admit, I was a little nervous when I walked in, just me and a camera and some questions about why they did things like throw Molotov cocktails at the police. They showed me around. They have a little recording studio, a pub in the basement, a tattoo parlor, and on the top floor, this martial arts gym. They didn't want their faces on camera, so I'm going to play the interview while I show you the stadium where Panathinaikos used to play. It's just down the street. It's being renovated. They traced the rivalry back to June 1st, 1930. Olympiacos was playing at Panathinaikos, and their fans showed up at the stadium with a bunch of coffins. Panathinaikos won 8-2, and then...
We took their coffins away from them and chased them down to Piraeus.
Okay, so fast forward to just after World War II. The US Navy stopped for a time in the Athens port of Piraeus, where Olympiacos is from.
We call the Olympiacos fans as bastards because we are sure that the sailors their mothers in whorehouses, so their father is American sailor. Their grandmother is in Mississippi or Oklahoma or Missouri or everywhere.
And of course, they have a song about this.
So you want the translation? The fleet came to Piraeus and your mother all the time, every day, and you don't know who is your father.
I asked these guys, what had happened back in March to set off that massive fight? And the answer they gave me, I didn't know if I should believe it.
We were attacked here by the police.
The riot squad went in the yard and they broke the lights.
The police were provoking us.
This is Peter Filipakos. He's an American who used to play for Olympiacos, and I asked him to describe what it was like to play away against their biggest rival.
It's like a scary atmosphere, and there's no place to warm up. The coach said to me, warm up, and I'm like, where? He showed where the away team warms up, and it's in a corner where all the fans are on top of you. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not going to warm up there. You have to bring cops, security guards. So it's like, all right, so they told them security kind of against the fence, but they couldn't do much. And as I'm warming up, rocks, lighters, spitting on me. So they already had the advantage on me before I entered the field. If I had been put in as a sub, I lost already.
Back at my hotel, I met this guy, totally random. He used to be a ref in the Greek league, so I asked him to tell me about what it was like to ref in the derby.
My name is Romanos Koudogiannidis. When the fans be warriors, they distract the game. They don't understand that this is football, only football. It's like a war. In 90 minutes, we are looking at the stars to see what happened.
I love that image. Who can explain this stuff? You might as well look to the heavens. On Sunday, the day of the game, I walked up to the Olympic Stadium past group after group of riot police. One of them asked me to erase that footage because, just like Gate 13, they didn't want to show their faces. I was meeting Vasilis Konstantinou. He was a goalkeeper for the Panathinaikos team that made it all the way to the 1971 European Cup final, where they lost to Ajax at Wembley. He told me the players play fair. It's the fans who cause trouble. On that day, there wasn't much at all. Excellent game, ended 2-2, but I only got to film for 3 minutes before the security guards made me stop. There was a lot of anger in the stadium.
What is the song? You are a whorehouse. Okay.
After the game, walking out of the stadium, I was trying to hide my camera, but I caught these two guys throwing rocks at the riot police. Right there. I put my camera away after that because keeping it out seemed like a bad idea. The outbreak in March wasn't about soccer. It was about money. The same frustration and violence and corruption in Greek society is present in its soccer, and it's ruining the game for players and fans. That's the subject of the next installment, where I'll speak to a journalist who had a rough encounter with what he calls the soccer mafia. Soccer stadiums are just relatively safe places for young guys to express their anger. I caught a glimpse of this on the afternoon of the derby, at an amateur game in a neighborhood called Galatsi. These kids were there. I talked to this guy, who goes by Angel. He told me his group has two names, Galatsi Ultras and Independent Gate 8.
Its members are mostly teenagers.
Yeah?
We know the players also.
Angel is also an Olympiacos fan. And so do you get along with the Panathinaikos supporters?
Yeah, we hang around, but the ones we don't know, it's different.